you should go through these 100 concepts, these 100 questions. Okay, so this is our question number 1. A very simple question. They are asking that which of the following is a prime number. We have to answer it very quickly, right? Because in the competitive examinations, accuracy is a very important point. You have to answer each and every question correctly, but at the same time, speed also plays a very important role, because you are always given a particular amount of time in which you have to solve maximum number of questions. So if you look at this, which of the following is a prime number, and you have to crack this question. So what should be the technique over here? You try to convert each of these four numbers in the form of a square minus b square. Here you can see that 899 can be written as 900 minus 1. 900 is 30 square and 1 is 1 square. So 899 can be converted in the form of a square minus b square, that is 30 square minus 1 square. So definitely it will have two factors, 30 minus 1 and 30 plus 1. We all know, no, like a square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a plus b. So whenever we can represent any number in this form, we will always have its two factors. And if there are any factor of any number, right, other than unity and the number itself, then it cannot be a prime number. So 899 gets eliminated. In the same way, 667 can be written as 26 square minus 3 square, so it can also be eliminated. And then 1763 can be written as 42 square minus 1 square, so it can also be eliminated. Now we know that only one answer option is supposed to be the correct one. So without any hesitation, we can mark 317 as our answer. Right now, if you further check that 317, does it have any factor? So you will come up to know that like it does not have any factor, right? So that is how we are supposed to answer this type of question. Now if we move on to question number 2. So for natural numbers x and y, right, we all know that natural number means what? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 up to infinity, in which we do not consider 0 and we do not consider negative numbers, we do not consider decimal numbers or fractions, right? Only the positive integers are known as natural numbers. So x and y are natural numbers. 5x plus 4y is equal to 50. So how many solutions are possible for this equation? Idea is very simple. Again, if you look at this thing, that whenever we know that a is divisible by n, means we have one number a and we know for sure that it is divisible by n, and then we have an expression in which a plus b, we also come to know that it is also divisible by n, means the sum of a and b or some difference of a and b is also divisible by n, then our conclusion is that b must be divisible by n. So exactly the same thing is happening over here. We can see that 5x is a multiple of 5. It is definitely divisible by 5. And we can easily see that 5x plus 4y, the result is 50 and result is also divisible by 5. So one number is divisible by 5. The sum of two numbers is also divisible by 5. So the second number must be divisible by 5. So if 4y is to be divisible by 5, then y must be a multiple of 5. And obviously they are natural numbers, so 4y has to be less than 50. So definitely we have to pick those values of y which will keep 4y less than 50 and at the same time a multiple of 5. So only two values are possible for y, 5 and 10. You can easily guess them, and according to the values of y, we can easily find out the values of x. So 6, 5 means x is equal to 6, y is equal to 5 is one solution. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 10, that is the second solution. And only two such solutions are possible, because now if you take any other multiple of 5 in place of y, then x will become negative, and negative numbers are not allowed. X and y are supposed to be natural numbers, so only two solutions are there. Very happy. Okay, then we move on and try to solve question number 3. In question number 3, they are asking that how many of the following numbers are divisible by 7, 11 and 13? All of them, right? So out of these 5 numbers, how many numbers are divisible by 7, 11 and 13? So if I pick up these numbers one by one and check their divisibilities by 7, 11 and 13 by actually dividing them with these values, then it will take a lot of time. So do we have any idea, any trick over here? So yes, we have a trick over here. always remember that any number whose 6 digits are same is always divisible by 7, 11 and 13. Any number whose first 3 digits and last 3 digits are same in the same order, then it is also divisible by 7, 11 and 13. In fact, ABB, this type of number is definitely divisible by 7, 11 and 13. Then we have AAB and ABAA, right? So all these things are going to be 100% divisible by 7, 11 and 13, which means that all these 5 numbers are divisible by 7, 11 and 13. Okay, so you always remember it. This is a very frequently asked concept in the examination. And then if you see question number 4, okay, so before question number 4, you can just go through my profile again, and I will tell you one thing, that I am available on Telegram, I am available on Instagram, I am available on Facebook, and I am available on LinkedIn as well, right? So you can definitely follow me, you can definitely be in touch with me, you can definitely avail my guidance and all kind of support that you require in order to crack the examination. Okay, now if we see what you are supposed to do is, right, you just have to give me 5 stars in the form of what? In the form of your response. First of all, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, right? And then you share this video with as many people as possible, right? Watch the full video. That is very important for you. It is not important for me, right? It is very important for you that you watch the full video. You just go through all the 100 questions in detail, so that you can apply these tricks and techniques in the exam, right? And please like the video, because I have done a lot of hard work, and if you like it, then YouTube SEO will keep it in priority, and many students will be able to take the advantage of this video. And always write your comments in the comment box. Give me your feedback, whatever, right? If you like the video, then you just write positive comments about it. If you have another kind of feedback, then feel free, give me your give me your comments, and accordingly I will be able to improve myself in the next video. Okay, and then if you want to have the PDF of this session, for any reason, if you want to have the PDF of this session with you, then you can always join my channel on Telegram, where I am going to share the PDF of this session. Okay, you can always ask me there that, sir, please share the PDF, and I will definitely give you the PDF of this session. Okay, so very happy, very happy. And now we move on to question number 4. Which of the following is a perfect square number? So now there is a very small technique. I guess we all learned it in class 6th, 7th, that any perfect square cannot end with 2, 3, 7 or 8. Means the unit digit of any perfect square number cannot be 2, 3, 7 or 8. So with that logic, answer option A is gone. With that logic, answer option B is gone. With that logic, answer option C is gone. So the only answer option left is 324. If we are able to eliminate 3 answer options, then we will never try to confirm that the remaining 4th one is the correct or not. We will just mark it, right? That is the beauty of the competitive examinations. That is the beauty of MCQs, right? You can always try to find out the right answer, or you can always try to eliminate the other 3 wrong answers. Both the techniques are equally valid, and both the techniques will give you equal number of marks. Okay, now if you see question number 5, which of the following is not a perfect square number? So again, a very basic principle, a very basic rule, that any perfect square number cannot have odd number of trailing zeros. It will always have even number of zeros. So here if you see that in the answer option 1 is followed by 4 zeros. So it is a perfect square. So it cannot be our answer, because we have to identify a number which is not a perfect square. Okay. Then in the second answer option, the number of zeros is 6. So it is again a perfect square, cannot be our answer. In the next answer option, the number of zeros is equal to 5. So this is not a perfect square, means this will be the correct answer. So answer option C is the correct answer. Then after that, if we see that 3-digit number 6A5 is a perfect square. So always remember that if a number is a perfect square number and the last digit of it is 5, then the second last digit, means the 10th digit, must be 2. So A must be equal to 2. That is the only possible case, right? No other digit can come before 5 in any perfect square number. It has to be 25 at the end, right? Okay, so definitely A is 2, and in that case A square is 4. So answer option B is correct. Question number 7, which of the following is not a perfect square number? So now here what we are supposed to do is, here we have to think about one thing, that whenever the last digit of any perfect square is 1, 4 or 9, last digit of any perfect square is 1, 4 or 9, then its 10 digits must be even. So here in this case it is 1 and the 10th digit is even, so it may be a perfect square number. Here like the last digit is 9 and the 10th digit is 4, this can also be a perfect square number. We have no idea about 6, right? So leave it. And then the last digit of this number is 1, and if it is 1 then the 10th digit must be even, but it is like 1 at the 10th place, which is an odd number, so it cannot be a perfect square number, means this is the correct answer. Now we do not have any idea about answer option C, but we have sufficient proof that answer option D is not a perfect square number, and any question cannot have more than 2 right answers, right? So that is again like the beauty of the answer options, beauty of the MCQs, where you can always think about the questions in this way. Okay, so answer option D is definitely correct. After that, question number 8, if the 3-digit number, okay, so now we are getting to know that what is the rule of 6. If the last digit of a perfect square number is 6, then its 10th digit must be odd, right? Always remember, its 10th digit must be odd. So this A must be an odd number. So definitely it cannot be 2, it cannot be 4, it cannot be 8. The only possible case is 9. And now you can easily calculate that 1296 is nothing but 36 square, which is definitely a perfect square. So answer option A is the correct answer. Then if we see question number 9. So question number 9, which of the following is a prime number? So first of all, any even number other than 2 cannot be a prime number, because even numbers are always divisible by 2, so they will always have one factor as 2, which means they cannot be prime numbers. Anyway, there is another rule that whenever a prime number greater than 3 is divided by 6, it always gives us a remainder of 1 or 5. So if you divide 664 by 6, it will give you a remainder of 4, which means it is not a prime number. If you divide 12,663 by 6, then it will give you a remainder of 3. So definitely it is not a prime number. 365, the last digit is 5, means it is definitely divisible by 5. So apart from 1 and the number, 5 is also a factor. So definitely it is also not a prime number. So we can say for sure that these 3 numbers are not prime numbers. They definitely have some factors other than 1 and themselves. So definitely the answer is option D. So this is how we are supposed to think about the numbers. Okay, prime number has always been a very complex concept. So definitely if we know all these rules, we will be able to understand the questions very quickly and we will be able to solve it very quickly. Now if I see that what is the remainder when this product, then this product, and then their difference is divided by 7, right? Looks like a very difficult question, because I will have to calculate the first product, then the second product, and then their difference in order to find out the remainder. But I will tell you one thing, that this question is one of the easiest questions in the exam. What you have to do is you have to find out the remainder in parts. Means every component of the expression is to be divided by 7 separately. Find out the remainder, and then the remainders can be multiplied, remainders can be added, remainders can be subtracted, right? The original operations, the operations given to you in the expression, can be performed between the remainders directly. So if you divide 332 by 7, I believe that you all know that how to divide it. So 332 divided by 7, 7 4 times is 28. Then we are left with 5, 52, 7 7 49, and then we have a remainder of 3. So in the same way you can find out all the other remainders. 332 divided by 7, remainder is 3. 44 divided by 7, remainder is 2. 599 will give us 3. 27 will give us 6. So now it becomes 3 into 2, that is 6. 3 into 6, that is 18. Now 18 is again greater than 7. So 18 can further be divided by 7. So 18 divided by 7, the remainder is 4. So 6 minus 4, the final answer will be 2, and answer option A will be the correct answer. Now you can take a calculator, you can calculate the actual products, you can calculate the actual difference, and then that difference divided by 7, you will find that the remainder will come out to be 2, right? So beautiful mathematics, beautiful concepts. Now if I see, okay, so again I will tell you the same thing. Subscribe to my channel, share this video as much as possible, watch the full video, that is very important for you. Like the video and write your positive or negative feedback in the comment box. Okay, so that will help me. And if you want to have the PDF of this session, please join my Telegram channel. There I will share the PDF of this session. After that, question number 11, what is the remainder? Okay, so I have told you that all the numbers can be divided by the given divider, by the given divisor, one by one separately. But 195 divided by 99, it will give us a remainder that will be equal to how much? That will be equal to, I guess, 99 into 2. 99 ones are 99, so I will have a remainder of 96 from the first number. I will have a remainder of 97 from the second number. I will have a remainder of 98 from the third number. But again, multiplying this remainder is going to be a tedious job, right? So what we can do is we can find out the negative remainder. Negative remainder is nothing but divisor minus positive remainder. Whatever remainder we are getting, positive remainder we are getting, subtracted from the divisor. So in the first case, if you subtract 96 from 99, so you will get a number 3, and that is here in this case is known as negative remainder. And then in the second case, you will get a number 2, and that is known as the negative remainder when 196 is divided by 99. And similarly, in the third case, you will get the negative remainder as minus 1. So now you have these three remainders, multiply them. Positive remainders and negative remainders can be used in the same way. So minus 3 into minus 2 into minus 1, that will be minus 6. Now you will tell me that, sir, negative remainder is minus 6. So what should be the positive remainder? So again apply the same formula. Divisor minus negative remainder will be equal to positive remainder. So divisor is 99, negative remainder is 6, subtract it. So 99 minus 6, 93 will be the correct answer. Even in the last question, if we just think about it, that 6 minus 18 will be how much? So 6 minus 18 will be equal to minus 12. Now when 12 is divided by 7, the remainder comes out to be 5. So here the negative remainder is minus 5. Now negative remainder subtracted from the divisor, and that will give us the final answer. So definitely you can use the negative remainder in all the questions of this type. Whatever is easy, whatever is simpler, right? Negative remainder or positive remainders, they all can be used. They both can be used interchangeably. Then if we see question number 12. So question number 12 is, what is the unit digit? Now unit digit is also a very important concept of the competitive exams. So what is the unit digit of this? So always remember that any number whose unit digit is 0, 1, 5 or 6. So it doesn't matter that which power is applied or to which power it is raised. The unit digit always remains same. Means 41, the unit digit is 1. So if it is raised to the power 100 or 1000 or 1 lakh or any infinitely big power, right, the unit digit will always remain 1. So for the first number, the unit digit will be 1. For the second number, with the same logic, the unit digit will be 6. So we have a greater number whose unit digit is 1. We have a smaller number whose unit digit is 6. We have to subtract it. So from the tens place digit, we will take a carry over here. So this 10 plus 1, it will become 11. And 11 minus 6, that will give us the unit digit as 5. So answer option A will be the correct answer. Okay, so you can always do it in this way. After that, if we see the unit digit of 14 to the power 99 and 79 to the power 21. So here you can easily identify that the powers are odd numbers. 99 and 21 are the odd numbers. So whenever our base has a unit digit 4 or 9 and the power to which it is raised is odd, in that case the unit digit of A is the unit digit of A to the power n. So in this case, because the power is odd, so there will be no change in the unit digit. 14 to the power 99, unit digit will be 4, so A is 4. And 79 to the power 21, unit digit will be 9, so B is 9. So we have been asked to find out A into B. So A into B, 4 into 9, that will come out to be 36. Answer option D is the correct answer. Then question number 14. What is the unit digit of the following expression? So up to this point, we have already learned that 1 and 0, if the unit digit of any number is 1 or 0, then the unit digit will never change. So first number, the unit digit will be 1. Last number, the unit digit will be 0. Then we have another rule. So that whenever our base has a unit digit of 4 or 9 and the power is even, then we will always consider 4 square and 9 square. So the unit digit of 4 square is 6. So in this case, the unit digit of this number will be 6 because the power is even. Had the power been odd, the unit digit would have been 4. But here the power is even, so unit digit will become 6. And similarly, 9 to the power an even number, so definitely the unit digit will become 1. So here the final answer will be 1 plus 6 plus 1 plus 0, that is 8. Answer option A is the correct answer. After that, if you see question number 15, what is the unit digit of this number? So now we have understood that what will happen in case of 0, 1, 5, 6. We have understood that what will happen in case of 4 and 9, right? Everything is crystal clear. Now we are left with 4 digits, 2, 3, 7 and 8, and for each one of them the rule is same, right? What is the rule? The first rule is that if the power is a multiple of 4, then you just have to calculate the power 4 of the given unit digit. Power 4 of the given unit digit means in this case you will take the unit digit 7, and because this power is a multiple of 4, so you will think about 7 to the power 4. And that can be easily calculated, right? 7 7s are 49. 49 into 49 is 2401. So the unit digit of this number will be 1. So we can say for sure that the answer option D is the correct answer. After that, if I see that what if the power is not a multiple of 4? So what you will do is you will divide the power by 4 and you will try to find out the remainder. 4 2s are 8. Then you are left with 2, 21. 4 5s are 20 and the remainder is 1. So if the remainder comes out to be 1, then there will be no change in the unit digit. Here, if this unit digit is 2, then this is also 2. So always remember that this rule is applicable in case of unit digit 2, 3, 7 or 8. If the power is divisible by 4, then calculate the unit digit raised to the power 4. If the power is a multiple of 4 plus 1, the form of the power is what? A multiple of 4 plus 1. Then the unit digit of A is unit digit of A to the power n. Okay. Now if I say that the form of the power is 4x plus 2. So in that case you will calculate the square of the unit digit. So here we have 8 as unit digit of the base. Sorry, and the power is in the form of 4x plus 2. It is actually 4 into 251 plus 2. So definitely in this case 8 square is 64. And the unit digit of 64 is 4, so 4 will be the correct answer. And then the last possible thing is that the power is in the form of 4x plus 3. Only these 4 forms are possible because we are dividing the number by 4. So either it is divisible by 4 or it will give us a remainder of 1 or 2 or 3. No other case is possible. So 4x plus 3, if this is the form, then what you will do is you will take a to the power 3. So if the remainder is 1, a to the power 1. If the remainder is 2, then a to the power 2. If the remainder is 3, then a to the power 3. And if the remainder is 0, then a to the power 4. So that is the simple rule that you can apply in case of 2, 3, 7 and 8. Right? Always remember that the other unit digits, like they are very simple. So there is no need to apply this complex procedure in case of 0, 1, 5, 6, 4 or 9. Right, but in case of 2, 3, 7 or 8, you can always apply this procedure. That is the technique, that is the trick to solve that kind of question. So 19 is 16 plus 3, 4x plus 3. 27 is 24 plus 3, that is again 4x plus 3. So in this case, we will calculate the unit digit of 3 cube, that is 7. And unit digit of 7 cube, that is 3. And 7 plus 3, that will give us a sum of 10, whose unit digit is 0. So answer option D is the correct answer. After that, if we see question number 19, which of the following cannot be the unit digit of a cube minus a square? So again, if you take different values of a, one value with unit digit as 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you just try to find out that what are the possible things. So you will always find that a cube minus a square will always have the unit digit as 0, 4 or 8. No other unit digit is possible. So definitely answer option D is the correct answer, right? So which of the following cannot be the unit digit of this expression? So 6 cannot be the unit digit of this expression. 0, 4 and 8 are definitely possible. Okay, very popular question. It has been asked in the exam many times. Then if we see question number 20. Question number 20 is the product of 5 consecutive natural numbers is always divisible by any 5, right? So if you take 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, multiply them. Or if you take 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, multiply them. So this product will be divisible by what, right? So always remember that the product of any n consecutive natural numbers is always divisible by factorial n or n factorial. This is known, or this is read as factorial n. Okay, factorial n means what? First of all, we will take n, then n minus 1, then n minus 2, and we will proceed in this way till 1. Multiply all these numbers, that product is known as n factorial. So in our case, 5 is the value of n and 5 is the value of n. So what will be the value of 5 factorial? So 5 factorial is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. On simplification, it comes out to be 120. So we can easily understand that this product is divisible by 120. But sorry, should I mark the answer as option C? So I will say no. Look at the other answer options very carefully. 24 is a factor of 120. So any number which is divisible by 120 will always be divisible by 24. Similarly, 6 is also a factor of 120. So any number divisible by 120 will always be divisible by 6. So that is why all these are going to be the factors of the given product. So answer option D will be the correct answer. Then if we see question number 21, question number 21 is what is this divisible by, right? This is an expression, a mathematical expression, 58 to the power 39, 63 to the power 39. They are added together and we have to find out one of the factors of this number. So first of all, one thing is very clear that 63 is divisible by 7, but 58 is not divisible by 7. So if one number is divisible by 7, other number is not divisible by 7. So we have already studied that their sum is not going to be divisible by 7. So this gets ruled out. But what about the other two values? So for that we have another rule, we have another trick, we have another technique over here. The rule is what? That a to the power n plus b to the power n. It is always divisible by a plus b. The only condition is that n must be odd, means the power must be odd. So here luckily, fortunately, the power is odd. So we can apply this rule over here. It will be divisible by the sum of the bases. So 58 plus 63 is equal to 121. So we can say for sure that answer option A is the correct answer. Now can we say that it will not be divisible by 5? So I will say yes. If you find out the unit digit, so 58 to the power 39, 39 is in the form of 4x plus 3. So 8 to the power 3, the unit digit will be 2. And 63 to the power 39, 39 is again 4x plus 3. So 3 ka cube, that will be equal to 27. So the unit digit is 7. So if I calculate the unit digit of this sum, that will come out to be 9. And any number whose unit digit is 9 cannot be divisible by 5. Right? Anyway, that was not required because you have obtained the right answer and no other answer option is supporting any other idea. So definitely you can go for it. But I have just told you for your information. Now if you see question number 22, this number is not divisible by. Okay, so we have to find out that this number is not divisible by. Okay, so here what is the rule applicable? The rule is applicable is that if n is even, remember that the power should be even. In case if there is a minus sign in between the numbers, the power must be same, power must be even, and the sign in this case between the numbers is negative. So a to the power n plus b to the power n is divisible by a plus b when n is odd. But a to the power n minus b to the power n is divisible by a plus b when n is even. The idea is opposite. In the first case it was odd and now it should be even. So here in this question it is even. So it is definitely divisible by a plus b. So 94 plus 70, that comes out to be 164. and the 82 is factor of 164. 164 divided by 2 is 82 and 82 divided by 2 is 41. So all these numbers are connected with each other. They are sharing the relationship of factor and multiple. So if 164 is a factor, then 82 is also a factor, 41 is also a factor. So they cannot be our answer. So again, through elimination procedure, we can say for sure that answer option D is the correct answer. Okay. Now if I see, anyway, that 94 is divisible by 47, 47 2s are 94. So first number is divisible by 47, but the second number is not divisible by 47, and that is why their difference is also not divisible by 47. Then if we see question number 23, for any natural number n, 100 to the power n minus 60 to the power n is divisible by. So for any natural number, even if we do not know anything about n, we only know that it is a natural number, means it will be either even or odd. So in either case, we can say for sure that it will always be divisible by a minus b. So 100 minus 60 is equal to 40. So this expression, the result of this expression is always going to be divisible by 40. Then 20 is a factor of 40. 8 is also a factor of 40. So definitely if it is divisible by 40, it is divisible by 20 and 8. So answer option D is the correct answer. Then question number 24. What will be the highest common factor of 803 and 949? So mostly what happens is that because HCF and LCM is a very simple concept, so now if you just try to go with the conventional method, you will have to find out the common factor of these two numbers in the first few very small prime numbers like 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. But what in case you are not able to obtain those factors? So then it will become a very tedious job, or you will have to make use of the answer options, right? One possibility is that they both may be divisible by 73, or they both may be divisible by 219. So that is a possibility. But for bigger numbers, division is actually a very time consuming process. So do we have any rule over here? So a very sweet rule, a very sweet technique is there, that highest common factor, HCF, it is also known as greatest common divisor. In many books, in many exams, it is also referred to as GCD. So HCF or GCD of any two numbers cannot be more than their difference, right? Very important rule. The HCF can never be more than the difference of the numbers, right? So if you calculate the difference of these two numbers, 949 minus 803, so this difference comes out to be 146. So one thing is 100% sure, that our answer cannot be greater than 146. So definitely answer option A and answer option D are ruled out. Now we are left with B and C. So think logically. If we are calculating the factor, highest common factor, so it must be a factor, no? And any odd number cannot be divisible by any even number, right? Means an odd number cannot have any even number as its factor. So 146 cannot be the factor of any of these two numbers. So definitely this is not possible. So the only possible answer is answer option C, and that is the correct answer. Okay. Now if we move ahead and try to solve question number 25. Now do we have any such idea for LCM also to eliminate the answer options? We all know that we can apply the conventional approaches, we can calculate lot many things in the question. But do we have any other idea apart from that to save time? So always remember that LCM of two numbers or LCM of any number of numbers is always divisible by their HCF. So here we can easily see that the HCF is 6. 72 minus 66 is equal to 6. And both the numbers are divisible by 6. So definitely their LCM is also going to be divisible by 6. So 100% we have to check the divisibility of the answer options by 6. Right? First of all, if a number is divisible by 6, it has to be an even number. So all these four numbers are even. But the second thing is that they should be divisible by 3, right? In order to check the divisibility by 3, we always look for the sum of the digits. So if I calculate the sum of the digits of this number, these four numbers, then in the first case, the sum of the digits is 18. In the second case, it is 16, then it is 14, and then in the third case, no, it is not 14. It is 7 plus 4, 11 plus 9, so that will be 20. And then in the next case, it is 22. and we can easily see that 16, 20, 22, these are not divisible by 3. So definitely these numbers are not divisible by 3, which means they cannot be divisible by 6. The only possible value is answer option A. Okay. So elimination process, rejecting the answer options, is a very important idea in the exams. So we have to have very good concepts for that. Then if we see question number 26, HCF and LCM of two numbers are given to us. One number is also given to us. Then what is the other number? So now this rule is applicable in case of exactly two numbers only, right? The other rules you can apply in case of more than two numbers also, but this rule, be very much careful, be very much alert that this rule is applicable in case of only two numbers. Do not apply it in case of three numbers or four numbers. It may not work correctly. In case of exactly two numbers, the product of the numbers is always equal to the product of their HCF and LCM. Apply this simple formula and you will get to know the value of A, and that will be the answer. Okay. And obviously if you look into the answer options, right, if the HCF of the numbers is 72, then both the numbers must be divisible by 72, and if the numbers are divisible by 72, they must be divisible by 9. You can always try to find out the divisibility of 9 in the following numbers. Again, sum of the digits. So according to sum of the digits, 490 is not divisible by 9, 506 is not divisible by 9, even 518 is also not divisible by 9. So even with that logic, you can find out the answer very quickly. After that, if you see question number 27, what is the highest power of 2 that divides 100 factorial, right? The rule over here that is given in this yellow box seems to be very complicated. So I tell you a very simple procedure. What you have to do is you just have to divide 100 by the given prime number. This method is applicable only in case of prime numbers. So in any factorial value, if I have to find out the highest power of any prime number, I will divide this the value of n by the given divisor. 100 by 2, that will be 50. Then I will again divide it by 2, 50 divided by 2, that is 25. Then again you divide it by 2. Now this time you be very careful that you just have to calculate the quotient. The remainder is 1, but leave this remainder. It is not going to play any important role in the procedure, right? And then 12 divided by 2, it will be 6. 6 divided by 2, it will be 3. Then 3 divided by 2, it will be 1. Right? Again, the remainder will be 1, but that is again not going to be any significant number for us. The only significant values are this, which will help us to calculate the power of 2 in 100 factorial. So power of 2 in 100 factorial will be the sum of all these values. Just add them up and you will get to know that the answer is 97. So when you try to factorize 100 factorial, the product of first 100 natural numbers. 100 factorial means what? The product of first 100 natural numbers. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 up to 100. So this product, when you try to factorize it into smallest factors, then 2 to the power 97 will be there. Similarly, you can calculate applying the same method. You can calculate that 3 to the power 48 will be there. 5 to the power 24 will be there. 7 to the power 16 will be there. 11 to the power 9 will be there, and so on, right? So you can find out the powers of all the prime numbers less than 100 in its factorization, right? So definitely in 100 factorial, we will get all the prime numbers less than 100 with some power over them. And that power is known as the highest power because that divides 100 factorial completely. Any higher power of 2 will not divide 100 factorial completely. If I say that 100 factorial, is it divisible by 2 to the power 98? So my answer will be no. The highest power of 2 which can divide 100 factorial is 97, right? So now if I see what will be the power over 6, now 6 is not a prime number. So we cannot apply the earlier method, right? The factorization, the successive division method is not applicable over here because 6 is not a prime number. So in this case, what we will do is we will see the component of 6, means the factors of 6 which are the prime numbers 2 and 3. So we will try to find out the power of 2 in 100 factorial. The power over 2 in 100 factorial is 97. And we will calculate the power over 300 factorial. So that will be 40. and these two powers will give us the answer. Now we have to combine them. 1 2 and 1 3 will give us 1 6. So we can say for sure that when 1 2 is multiplied with 1 3, we will get 1 6. Second 2 is multiplied with second 3, we will get second 6, and so on. This process is can be done 48 times, because we have 3 into 3 into 3, 48 times. So 48 3s are there, 97 2s are there. If 1 2 and 1 3 are combined together, so only 48 combinations are possible. After that we will be left with 49 2s, but 2s alone cannot make 6s, right? So definitely in order to make 6 we need both of them, and only 48 times they can be combined. So 6 to the power 48 means the highest power of 6 in 100 factorial is 48. So answer option B is the correct answer. After that, if I say that how many trailing zeros will be there in the expansion of 100 factorial. In the expansion of 100 factorial, basically the number of zeros is nothing but the power of 10. And power of 10 depends on the power of 2 and power of 5. And as we saw in the last question, that the higher power will decide, right? The higher number will decide that which power will be the effective power of the composite number, right? What do I mean to say is that 100 factorial will have 97 times 2 in its factors, but it will have only 24 times 5 in its factor. So when we try to find out the power of 10, so 110 is formed by taking 1 2 and 1 5. So how many times 2 and 5 can be combined? So only 24 times. After that I will be left with 49 twos, but what will I do with them, right? Actually that will be 73. So I will be left with 73 twos, but what will I do with them? Because only 2 alone cannot make tens, right? So only 24 tens can be made, and if 24 tens can be made means the number will have 24 zeros at the end of it, right? So definitely the trailing zeros depend on the power of 10. Power of 10 depends on the power of 5, and that is why answer option C is the correct answer. So that is the idea. In any factorial value, if you have to find out the number of trailing zeros, always calculate the power of 5, the highest power of 5, and you will have your answer in front of you. Then if we see 30, so here again, like a very popular question, it has been asked in the exams very frequently, and like they always ask you this question in this way, that we take any 3 non-zero digits, we make all the possible numbers with these 3 digits without repeating them. So these are the 3 digits 2, 6 and 9. We have made all the numbers which are possible without repeating them. So these are the possible numbers of 3 digits. So what is the property of the sum of these numbers? The sum of these numbers is always divisible by 2, 3 and 37. All these tricks, all these properties that I am telling you are mathematically proven properties, right? So definitely there is no doubt about them. We can solve them mathematically, we can prove them mathematically, but I guess like that will require a lot of maths. So you can simply remember it, that the sum of all these numbers is always divisible by 2, 3 and 37. So answer option D will be the correct answer, right? So this is how we could have solved question number 30. Now again, I will ask you, I will request you that you give me these 5 stars. If you have not subscribed to my channel till now, please subscribe immediately. Share this video with as many people as possible. Watch the full video. Watch the full video is basically a star for me, but it is actually very useful for you. If you watch the full video, your knowledge will be complete, your wisdom will be complete. So definitely you will be able to perform well in the exam, right? And then like this video, just pay some respect and love to the hard work that I have put in making this video, and then write everything that comes in your mind after watching this video. Write it in the comment box, and if you want to have the PDF of this session, then please join my Telegram channel. So let's move ahead and try to solve question number 31. If m is x% of n, then n is y% of m. So what is x into y? M is x% of n. What do we want to say is that m upon n is equal to x upon 100. That is the meaning of percentage. And n is y% of m. So n upon m is y upon 100. So basically if we multiply these two things together, so m by n into n by m, and that will be x by 100 into y by 100. So basically gets cancelled, gets cancelled, and we will be left with x into y divided by 100 into 100, 10,000, and that is equal to 1, means x into y is 10,000. Okay, and in terms of technique, in terms of something that you want to keep it in your mind, you can always keep it in this way, that if a is x% of b, now you have learned that x into y is 100 square. So basically what will be y? So y will be 100 square upon x. So whenever they ask you the question that a is x% of b, then what will be b as a percentage of a? Suppose I say that a is 20% of b. So what is b in terms of percentage of a, right? So you will always write 100 square 10,000 divided by 20, so that will give you the result as 500. So basically b is 5%, 100% of a, means 5 times of a, right? So b is 5 times of a and a is 1 by 5 times of b. That is the meaning of this simple statement. Then if we move ahead, question number 32. If RCB scores 20% more runs than CSK, then CSK scores approximately how much less than RCB in terms of percentage. So basically we have a formula over here, and if we apply this formula, we can definitely find out the answer. There is no problem in it. If your maths is not that good, if you like struggle in mathematics, then you can simply remember this, that whenever we say that one number is x% more than, greater than the other number b, then the other number b is always 100x upon 100 plus x% less than a. Otherwise you can, if your maths is good, if you can assume the values, if you have that kind of visualization in your mind, then you can always like assume the values. If I am saying that RCB is 20% more than CSK, so you just assume that CSK scored 100 runs and RCB scored 20% more than that. So now you think that in as compared to RCB, means RCB becomes your initial value, right? 100, the score of CSK is how much less in terms of percentage. So 100 is 20 less than 120. But in this case, the initial value is 120. So you will always divide 20 by 120, multiply it with 100, and you will get to know the answer, right? So you can always do it. You can always solve it by assuming some suitable values, and all the questions of percentages, ratio, proportion, and like maximum questions of arithmetic can be solved by assuming values. But that requires a good sense of mathematics, a good command over the basic concepts. In case you do not have that, then you simply remember these tricks and techniques and you will be able to solve the question, right? In the end, only thing matters is score. Once you have cleared the examination, nobody is going to ask you that how did you clear it, right? So remember my words, because I have taught more than 2 lakh students and I have seen at least 30-40,000 students shining in their career. So I know that once they have cleared their examination, then no one is going to ask them that how did you clear. So be smart, be ready with all the techniques and tricks before the examination. Now the reverse statement, the reverse idea. If one value is x% less than another value, then another value is how much percent more than the first value. So definitely in place of plus, here we will put minus. The only thing, because the first statement comprises of the word less, right? So if the first statement is more type statement, then in the denominator we have 100 plus x. And if it is less type statement, then we will always have 100 minus x. And simply apply this formula and you will be ready with your answer, and the answer will come out to be 11.11%, right? All these percentage values are approximate values, because 100 is not divisible by 11, so definitely 100 is not divisible by 9, so definitely you cannot find out the exact answer, but yes, the approximated answer is 11.11%, right? After that, if I see question number 34, if the price of a commodity increases by 25%, again the first thing is what? Increase. Increase is a positive thing, so definitely in the formula you will have plus in the denominator. So if the price of a commodity increases by 25%, then by how much percent should the consumption be reduced so that the expenditure remains constant, right? Very important question, most frequently asked in the examinations with some changed values, right? Very frequently asked in the exam. If A is increased by R%, then by what percent B should be decreased so that the product of A and B remains constant? Here you can easily identify that price multiplied with consumption is expenditure. That is a general knowledge. That is a very common knowledge, that expenditure is calculated by multiplying the price and consumption with each other. So if we want to keep this expenditure constant, we don't want to change it. We always spend 100 rupees on sugar. So we want to spend 100 rupees only. But the price of sugar has increased by 25%. So I will have to reduce my consumption. So by what percent I will have to reduce my consumption? So here you can apply this formula. Again, you can solve it by assuming the values, right? You can always take some value, some initial value of price, some initial value of consumption, some initial value of expenditure, then keep the expenditure constant, increase the price by 25%, and then see that what will be the new consumption. Compare it with the initial value and you will be ready with your answer, but that will take some time. So if you want to reduce time, you can always remember these rules, these formulas, right? Many students say that, sir, I am very good at mathematics, so I do not need that formula. So I will say yes, okay, right? There is no problem. You just compare the solving time. If you are taking the same amount of time in both the ways, then either way is good for you, right? But if that is not the case, then you just choose the right way, the most appropriate way that you are going to use in the exam. After that, if I see question number 35, so question number 35 is again based on the same principle. Approximately by what percent should the breadth of a rectangle be increased so that its area remains unchanged, given that its length has been decreased by 30%. So we all know that length into breadth is equal to area of the rectangle. Now they are saying that length has been decreased by 30%. So if it has been decreased, means in the denominator we have to take the minus sign. That's it. And then you can apply the same formula, 100x upon 100 minus x. In the earlier case, it was 100x upon 100 plus x, because the price was increased. Now the length has been decreased, so you will use minus, and then you have to increase the breadth by this percentage, and then the area of the rectangle will remain constant. So answer option C will be the correct answer. Remember these techniques, right? I am not telling you these techniques in order to make your maths weak. I am just telling you these techniques in order to score well in the examination. You always have a choice to practice concepts, to be very strong in mathematics, and for that you can just watch the other videos available on my channel. Approximately 100 videos are there, so definitely everything is there, right? If you want to know that what will be the conceptual method of solving these questions, so that is already there, that I have already made videos on. Okay, so now if I see question number 36, no room in a hostel ever remains vacant if number of rooms is increased by 20%, room rent is decreased by 10%, then the total collection from rent will increase by, right? So basically what is the formula over here, right? The applicable formula is number of rooms into rent per room is equal to total collection. That is again general knowledge, common sense, that if we have 100 rooms in one hostel and the suppose the rent per room is 2000 rupees, so every month I have a collection of 2 lakh rupees, right? Now I am saying that number of rooms increased by 20%. So number of rooms, it increases by 20%, so it becomes 120. But the rent decreased by 10%, so 2000 decreased by 10%. 10% of 2000 is 200, so it will be 1800. So now I will have the total collection as 216000, which is 16,000 more than 2 lakh. Now the thing is 16,000 is how much percent of 2 lakh? So that will come out to be 8%. So again, if your maths is good, you can apply all these things, or you can do all these things in the minimum time in the exam, then go for it. Otherwise, you can simply remember this formula, that whenever A into B is equal to C, A changes by some percentage, B changes by some percentage. So what will be the overall percentage change in C? This formula will give you the answer. Remember that in this formula we have to put the values of x and y with signs, which means if it is an increase, then take the sign as plus, and if it is a decrease, then take the sign as minus. Apply this formula and you will get to know the answer, right? In this case, we will take plus 20 and minus 10. Okay. Now we move ahead and try to understand the question number 37. The population of a town increases by 20% and 15% successively. What is this word successively means? So definitely if I take the initial population of the town as 100, so first it increases by 20%, so it becomes 120, and now it will increase by 15%. Now you have to remember the meaning of the word successively, right? What is the meaning of it? That now we will calculate 15% of 120. We will never calculate 15% of 100 again, right? 100 has been used, population of a town has increased by 20%, and now it will successively increase by 15%, means the new value will become our base. So if you calculate 15% of 120, that will be 18. So final population will be 138. Compare 138 with 100, so there is an increase of 38% overall increase, and that I will say is the overall percentage change. So this is how we can solve it. But again I will tell you the same thing. If you are not comfortable with elementary mathematics, or if you are not comfortable by assuming the values, then you can always apply this formula with signs, right? So in this case, both the percentage changes are positive percentage changes, right? The population of a town is increasing in both the cases. So x is plus 20 and y is plus 15. And let's move ahead, try to understand question number 38. A sum of money is invested in such a way that in 15 years it becomes 3 times itself. What is the percentage increase in its value? So basically here, if you see that initial value, suppose your initial sum was 100, then after 15 years it will become 3 times, right? So basically there is a change of 200 in the value of the sum of money invested. So definitely this 200 is how much percent of the initial value? That will be your final answer, right? Multiply it with 100, so the answer will be 200%. But you always remember that whenever the final value is n times of the initial value, whenever I say that A is final value and that is n times of B is initial value, base value, right? Then in that case the percentage change is always n minus 1 into 100%. So here if it is 3 times, then 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. So if the value is becoming 3 times, means the change that we will see is 200%. Okay. So change in the value divided by 100, divided by initial value into 100, that is the idea over here. After that, if I see question number 39, so a profit of 30% is earned by selling an article on rupees 5330. So what is the cost price? So now we all know that cost price and selling price, if there is a profit of 30%, it definitely means that selling price is 30% more than cost price. So again, if you go with the assumption, so if the cost price is 100, then it has to be increased by 30%, so the selling price must be 130. And if selling price is 130, then 130 is corresponding to 5330. How many times? 410 times. So 410 will be multiplied with 100 and we will be ready with our answer, right? So this is how you can say for sure. It is not 130, so it is only 41 times, right? So 41 into 100, 4100 will be the correct answer. So this is how you can do it mathematically, conceptually. But if you want to have some rules, some technique, some trick for this, so always remember that SP upon CP in case of X percent profit is always 100 plus X upon 100. I have like just made this idea converted into a formula. If you take CP as 100, then SP will be 100 plus X, and that will give you the ratio between CP and SP. Use this ratio and you will be able to find out the answer. 100 upon 100 is 1 and X by 100 will be there. So definitely you can also write it as 1 plus X by 100. So use this formula and you will always be able to find out the answer very quickly. Most of the times what people do, whenever we see that 30% profit and the selling price is 5330, so they tend to subtract 30% of 5330 from this number, right? So basically that gives them a wrong answer, because it was not about percentage decrease, it was about percentage increase. Your initial value was CP. If your initial value was CP, so how can you calculate percentage of 5330? Percentage is always calculated over the initial value. Okay, so remember this. That is why these techniques are very important. They will not leave you with any kind of confusion. You will always be able to solve the question with 100% accuracy. So in the same case, if we have a loss, so if we have a loss, we assume CP as 100, then the SP will be 100 minus X. In this case, the rule will be 1 minus X by 100. So SP upon CP in case of profit is 1 plus X by 100. In case of loss, it will be 1 minus X by 100. So now if you just put this value 6.25 in place of X, so 6.25 upon 100, simplify it, it will be 1 by 16. 1 minus 1 by 16, that will be 15 by 16. Answer option A is the correct answer. And now you have understood that why this X by 100 is important for us, because X by 100 is something that we can easily calculate. If you finally find out the value of 100 minus X 100, so sometimes you may get stuck. Okay. After that, if I see, okay, so again I will tell you the same thing. Give me these 5 stars, guys, right? Please, 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 and do it right now. Right, subscribe to this channel, share this video with as many people as possible, watch the full video, like this video and write your feedback in the comment box, and come to Telegram and ask for the PDF of this session. I will definitely give it to you, right? Okay, now if I see question number 41, if I sell 30 pencils in rupees 100, I will incur a loss of 30%. How many pencils in rupees 100 should I sell so that I can earn a profit of 40%? Right. So basically in one case there is a loss of 30% and in other case there is a profit of 40%. And in both the cases the selling prices must be different. In the first case I am selling 30 pencils on rupees 100. So I can easily calculate the selling price of one pencil. If 30 pencils are being sold at rupees 100, then the selling price of one pencil will be 100 by 30. That is in the first case. Now in the second case, suppose I am selling n pencils on 100 rupees. So definitely the selling price of one pencil will be 100 by n. So what is the logic? What is the idea over here? The idea over here is that if the selling price is A and there is a profit or loss of X%, then in front of A I will write 100 plus X in case of profit and 100 minus X in case of loss. If I change the selling price to B and then the result also changes, I happen to have a profit or loss of Y%, then in front of B I will write 100 plus Y or 100 minus Y, and that will give me the ratio and the question can be solved very easily. So in the first case the selling price is 100 by 30. When I sell one pencil at 100 by 30 rupees, then I have a loss of 30%. So 100 minus 30 is the ratio value in front of it. After that, in the second case, I have a selling price of 100 by n, and in that case, I must have a profit of 40%. So the ratio value must be 100 plus 40. So 100 by 30 upon 100 by n, 100 will get cancelled and it will be n by 30. Obviously, the fraction in the denominator will get reversed. So it will become n by 30. Here I will have 100 minus 30 is 70, 100 plus 40 is 140. 70 upon 140 is 1 by 2. So n by 30 is 1 by 2. So n must be equal to 15. Answer option D is the correct answer. Okay. Obviously, if I want to change the position of loss into a position of profit, then on the same amount, I must sell less number of articles. Very important. On the same amount, if you sell more number of articles, your loss will increase. But on the same amount, if you sell less number of articles, your profit will increase, right? So definitely here the answer must be less than 30. So initially we can easily eliminate answer option A. But for the other three answer options, we will have to solve it logically. So now you can definitely keep this formula in your mind. After that, question number 42. Two refrigerators are sold each at rupees 20,000. In such a manner that we earn 10% on one and 10% loss is there on the other. So what was the overall result in the two transactions? Now this question If you try to solve it by using the assumption method or any other technique, always becomes very complicated, right? Very complicated. If you are good in mathematics, try to solve it without using the formula that I am going to tell you. You will always have a lot many difficulties, right? You will get the answer, but after a lot of calculation, after a lot of hard, right? So basically, what is the formula over here? The rule, the formula, the trick is that if two articles are sold at the same price, they are sold at the same price, means selling price of both the articles must be same. After that, if we have a profit of X% on one of them and a loss of X% on the other, then there is always a loss of X square by 100%, right? So here the value of X is 10, the selling price of both the products is same, loss is 10%, so X is equal to 10. So definitely here we will have a loss of 10 square, means 100 by 100, 1%. So there will be a loss of 1%. Right, so always remember, very frequently asked, very frequently asked in the exams, right? Question number 42. Then we move to question number 43. A product is sold at rupees 216 after giving two successive discounts. Again, the word successive is there, and I told you that whenever this word will be used, means there will be a change of base. The intermediate value, the new value will become the new base, right? So when I give a, suppose the mark price of the product is 100 rupees. I give first discount of 10%. So 10% of 100 is 10. So it will become 90. Then I give a second discount successively of 20%, means 20% of 90. So that will be a discount of 18 rupees. And finally the product will be sold at a price that is 72 rupees. So the mark price was 100. Selling price is 72. So what is the overall change? So overall change is 28%. So basically 28% overall change will be there, or we can say that a single discount of 28% will be equivalent to two successive discounts of 10% and 20%. Now this 72, the corresponding value is given to us in the question. 72 is corresponding to 216. That is 3 times of it. So definitely the mark price should also be 3 times of it. So the answer must be 300. So you can do it in this way. You can go with the answer options also. Take one answer option at a time, or perform all the calculations and see if the final value comes out to be 216 or not. So check the answer options. And then the third thing is the formula that I have written over here. Whenever there are two successive discounts, then basically the single discount that is equivalent to them is x plus y minus xy upon 100. Remember, because both the discounts are negative, so that is why we have to put minus sign over here. Then you can calculate the single discount. Now selling price and mark price. Mark price, if it is 100, then selling price will be 100 minus 28, means it will be 72, and 72 by 100 is the ratio between them. Now we have the mark price, selling price with us, that is 216. Put the value of selling price and calculate the mark price, and you will have the answer. So this is how you can calculate it. So the same idea, the idea is there in this diagram. The same idea has been turned in the shape of a formula. Then if I see question number 44, an article is marked sorry, at 10% above its cost price. So first of all, we have some cost price. We just take some m% and we increase it to mark some price on the product. Suppose that is mark price of the product. And after that we gave some discount of the percent, and then finally the selling price is arrived at. So basically it is also a process of successive percentage change, in which the first percentage change is positive, second percentage change is negative. So if I just put plus m and minus d in the formula of successive percentage change, then the final result comes out to be m minus d minus m into d upon 100. And it becomes handy, it becomes useful, it becomes readily available for us in the exam. So if the cost price is increased by m%, then a discount of d% is given on it, then what is the final result? So put the values over here and you will have the final result. If the final result comes out to be positive, it is percentage profit, like in this case. If the final result comes out to be negative, then it will be percentage loss. In some cases, the percentage loss can also occur. Definitely that can also be possible in the questions. Then if we see question number 45, so find the percentage of profit if the cost price of 15 articles is equal to the selling price of 12 articles. And again, a very simple question, but a very frequently asked, and sometimes you can screw it up if you just try to apply some more mind into it, right? So definitely, if we have to find out the percentage of profit, and we know that the cost price of 15 articles is equal to the selling price of 12 articles, then in terms of formula we can simply apply this formula. If the cost price of x articles is equal to the selling price of y articles and x is greater than y, so in that case percentage profit will be x minus y upon y into 100, and accordingly you can solve it and you will immediately get the answer. But if you want to solve it by without using this formula, so in that case what you will do is, right, in that case what you will do is you will just assume some value of the cost price and some value of the selling price, right? Suppose one article, the cost price of one article is x and cost price of one article is y, right? So definitely what will happen in case of 15 articles, so in case of 15 articles, if I am selling, if I have 15 articles, so 15 articles CP will be 15x, and 12 articles SP, the SP of 12 articles will be 12y. So here you will have this comparison available with you that 15x is equal to 12y, which means you can calculate y upon x. Y upon x is equal to y upon x is equal to 15 by 12. On simplification, it is 5 by 4. Means on 4 rupees you will have a profit of 1 rupee. So on 4 rupees you will have a profit of 1 rupee. So 1 is how much percent of 4? Exactly the same thing is over here. 3 upon 12 is 1 upon 4 and 1 upon 4 is 25%. So you can do it in this way also, right? But as I said that in this entire procedure, any time, any point of time, if you just apply any wrong concept, you will come up with wrong answer. So definitely at the time of examination, we cannot take a lot of risk, first thing. Second thing is we have to save time. So if we simply mug up, if we simply remember these rules, right, which are mathematically proven, which are mathematically based on the same thing that we will do if we do not know this formula. So definitely formula will help you to save a lot of time. Then if we see question number 46, 100 pencils are bought for rupees 500 and 25 out of them are sold on rupees 100. 100 pencils are bought for rupees 500, means if I had to buy only 25, right? Or we can say that if we have to spend only 100 rupees on 500 rupees, I can buy 100 pencils. So on 100 rupees, I could have bought how many pencils? So I can say 20. So the CP of 20 pencils, CP of 20 pencils is equal to the SP of 25 pencils. On 100 rupees, I could buy only 20 pencils, but on 100 rupees, I am selling 25. So basically, I have reduced the price. On same amount, I am selling more number of articles. Means the price per article has decreased, which increases my loss, or which is the condition of loss. So basically, it is a condition of loss. So again, you will calculate the difference between y and x, and again you will divide it by y. The concept is same, right? Even in case x is greater than y or less than y, in both the cases you have to take the difference of x and y in the numerator and always divide it by y. In both the cases, always divide it by y into 100 and you will come up with the answer, right? Always remember that if x is greater than y, it is a situation of profit, and if x is less than y, then it is a situation of loss. Okay, so this is how we can think about this question. Question number 47. Rita sells 400 apples and earn a profit equal to the cost price of 25 apples. So basically, if the cost price of 400 apples is 400 rupees, then the cost price of 25 apples will be 25 rupees. So when he sells a bunch of apples whose cost is 400, she earns a profit of 25. So a profit of 25 over 400 multiplied with 100 and you will get to know the answer, right? That is as simple as that. So here definitely 25 upon 400 is what? 25 is the estimation of profit in terms of CP of X articles, and you are selling Y article. So basically if I am selling X articles and there is a profit that is equal to the cost price of Y article. So simply take Y upon X as in this case and multiply it with 100 and you will get to know the answer. After that, if I have the same idea about the loss, suppose there happens to be some loss and this loss is equal to the cost price of some number of articles, right, on selling some number of articles. So this 240 and this 30, calculate their ratio, multiply it with 100 and you will get to know the answer. So this is how we can solve question number 48. Now if the profit or loss is estimated in terms of cost price of some number of articles, then it is always easier. What if the profit or loss is estimated like as the selling price of some number of articles, right? So in that case the things become complicated. In this case what happens is that they are saying that profit equal to SP of 25 articles is made on selling 100 articles, right? So if I just assume that one article, the selling price of one article is 1 rupee. Why I am assuming selling price? Because the profit has been estimated as the selling price of 25 articles, right? So if I assume that one article selling price of it is 1 rupee, then for 25 articles the selling price will be 25 rupees. And when I am selling 100 articles, so the 100 articles will get sold at 100 rupees. So when I sell 100 articles on 100 rupees, I earn a profit of 25. Means the cost price of these 100 articles was 75 rupees. Have you understood the idea? I am selling 100 articles on 100 rupees at the rate of 1 rupee per article, and in this entire transaction there is a profit, and the estimation of profit is what? The profit amount is equal to the selling price of 25 articles, means it is equal to 25 rupees. So selling price is 100, profit is 25, so 100 minus 25, cost price is 75. Now we know that percentage is always calculated over cost price. So basically I will have to calculate 25 over 75 into 100 and then I can find out the final answer. So in the denominator this 75 is nothing but the difference of x and y, and this 25 is what? 25 is nothing but y. So if you are earning a profit of y articles after selling x articles, then take the difference of x and y in the denominator, put y in the numerator, multiply this fraction with 100 and you will have the percentage profit in terms of percentage. After that, if you see 50, so in question number 50 there is a loss that is equal to the selling price of 3 articles, right? So on selling 5 articles, when I sell 5 articles, when I am selling 5 articles, I am having a loss, and that loss is equal to the selling price of 3 articles. So what is the percentage of loss? So the same way, you can think in the same way. You can assume the selling price of one article as 1 rupee. You are selling 5 articles, so there is a total selling price of 5 rupee. But on this 5 rupee, you have a loss of 3 rupees. So basically the cost price was 5 plus 3, 8. So the cost price was 5 plus 3, 8 rupees. But you are having a loss of 3 over it. So 3 upon 5 plus 3 into 100 will be your correct answer. Okay. So this is how we could have solved question number 50. Now if we move ahead and try to solve question number 51, but again I will ask you the same thing. I will request that please subscribe to this channel, share this video with as many people as possible, watch the full video, like the video, write your feedback in the comment box and ask for PDF of this session on my Telegram channel. I will definitely share it with you. Okay. So come and join the channel. The channel is again very engaging, very like discussion based channel. It is not a like a broadcasting channel in which only I will tell you something. Here you can discuss, here you can ask, here you can like send me your doubts. I am always available over there and I will always be happily solving all your questions. Okay. So come and join this channel. And after that, if I see question number 51, so a cloth merchant is selling the clothes at the cost price only, but she deceives her customers by using a meter scale whose actual length is 90 centimeter. So there is some cheating, there is some faulty balance or faulty scale being used by the cloth merchant, right? So the cloth merchant is selling the articles at the cost price only. Suppose the cost price is known to the entire universe. Customer knows it, shopkeeper knows it, everyone knows it. So she is selling the cloth at the cost price only, but she is using a faulty scale whose length which customer can see is 100 centimeter, but the actual length is 90 centimeter only. So customer is under the impression that he is getting 100 meter of cloth, but actually he is getting only 90 centimeter. So this margin of 10 centimeter is the profit of the cloth merchant, and that is what is the answer. First of all, you will just see the actual weight or the actual measure or the actual value, and then you will see the false value, the false weight, the false scale, right? That is B. Calculate their difference. This difference is the profit, but this difference is the profit over the actual value. What is the actual length being given to the customer? What is the actual weight being given to the customer? Right? The profit will be calculated over that, and that will give you some X% profit. So this X is going to be important for us in the next trick. So basically in this question the things are very simple. The actual length is 90, so put it in the denominator. The false length is 100, so take their difference. So there is a profit of 10 centimeter over 90 centimeter, so that comes out to be 11.1, right? But what if the the article is not sold at the cost price? If suppose cost price is also increased, right? So basically there will be two concepts in that case. If I say that a faulty balance shows 1000 gram for 800 gram, and the shopkeeper is selling his goods using this balance at 10% above CP. So basically in this case there is another profit of 10%, because the price is 10% more than CP, so another profit of 10%, and the first profit is because of this faulty balance technique, faulty measurement technique. Okay, so now if I see that because of the faulty balance technique, if the profit is X%, right? Okay, X% profit has already happened, and then the product is sold at Y% above CP, so another profit of Y%. But these two profits will always happen successively, right? The second profit will happen when the first profit has already happened, right? The profit because of faulty balance has already taken place, and after that the second profit is being earned, means they are successive in nature. So here we will apply the formula of successive percentage change. So successive percentage change, you apply the formula. First of all, you know that 800 gram is the actual weight, 1000 gram is the faulty weight, the wrong weight, the false weight being shown to the customer. So there is a profit of 25% because of this deceiving, because of this trick or treachery or fraudulent act. Now if I say that what is the second profit? Second profit is 10% because the article is being sold 10% above CP. Combine them together in the formula of successive percentage change and you will get to know the final answer. Okay, so that is how you can solve this question. Now the same thing happens in case of adulteration. When you have a pure substance is equivalent to actual weight, right? So the actual weight of milk or the weight of the pure substance is 20 liter, and here you are adding some water. So this water is n liter, and until unless mentioned in the question, water is always free, or the impure substance is always considered to be a free commodity, right? So n liter water comes for free. 20 liter water has got some investment, has got some cost price, and at the same cost price I am selling the mixture, right, at the same rate. Okay, so suppose I am like buying milk at the rate of 50 rupees per liter. 50 rupees per liter is the rate of milk. So I am buying 20 liter milk at the rate of 50 rupees per liter, means I have invested 1000 rupees, right? Now I add some amount of water. Suppose I add 10 liter of water in milk, so it becomes a mixture of 30 liter. Now this 30 liter I will sell it again at the same cost price, 50 rupees per liter. So I will have a total collection of 1500 rupees. So earlier I spent 1000 rupees, but now I am earning 1500, means there is a profit of 500 rupees. So in this way you can calculate it. But what is the formula? The formula is that you have to take the quantity of the impure substance, divide it by the quantity of the pure substance, multiply it with 100, and this will give you the percentage of profit. Okay, So now in this case, the quantity of the impure substance is n liter. The quantity of pure substance is 20 liter. N by 20 into 100, that is the profit percentage which is given in the question. The percentage profit is 20, that is given in the question. So put 20 over here on the other side of the equation. Calculate the value of n, means when you will mix 4 liter water in 20 liter milk and you will sell the entire mixture at the cost price at the rate which is equivalent to the cost price of the milk, then you will always have a profit of n by 20 into 100, means 20% profit. Okay. So now if we move on and say that because of this dilution, because of this adulteration, because of this impurity mixed with pure substance, we have already earned a profit. So what if the mixture is sold at some percentage above the CP? So again the same idea, that the two profits will occur and they will occur successively. So if 20% part of a mixture of milk and water is water, so 20% water is there in the mixture, means 80% milk is there. So what is the ratio between milk and water? So the ratio between milk and water is 20 upon 80, means 1 by 4. So in 4 liter milk I am mixing 1 liter water. So that is a profit of 25%. So 25% profit has already happened, has already been earned because of this adulteration, because of this mixing. Now if I say that the mixture is sold at a price which is 25% more than the cost price of milk, then what is the profit percent? So then we will apply the formula of successive percentage change. Again the same logic, two profits are happening and they are happening one after the other, means the concept of successive percentage change is applicable over here. So there are two profits of 25% each and they are successive in nature. So basically an overall profit of 56.25% will happen. Now sorry, the concept of SI, simple interest. If I say that in case of SI, when some amount is invested on SI, right, and it becomes 3 times itself in 12 years, then in how many years will it become 6 times, right? There are many ways, there are many tricks and techniques that you can apply over here, but the best thing that you can do is you can simply apply this formula. If the amount becomes x times in m years, then you write x minus 1 and m in the numerators, and if it becomes y times in n years, then you write y minus 1 and n in the denominator. Solve it and you will get the answer. So in this case the amount is becoming 3 times in 12 years and it will become 6 times in n years. Simplify this expression, you will get to know the value of n and that will be the correct answer. We move on to question number 56. I borrow some money from a bank on CI. Now this is the concept of compound interest. After 21 years I will have to return 8 times of it to the bank. Suppose I take 100 rupees from bank, then after 21 years I will have to return 800 rupees, 8 times of it. But I want to return only 2 times of it. So after how many years should I try to settle this debt, right? So obviously I will have to settle this debt very much earlier, so that I have to pay just 2 times of the amount that I have borrowed. So how to calculate it? So this is again the formula. There is again a formula that in case of CI, if the sum becomes x times in m years and y times in n years, then you can always use this as the formula. X to the power n is equal to y to the power m, crisscross, right? X to the power n and y to the power m. Okay, so now if you apply this formula, you can easily get to know the answer. The answer is very simple, that is 7 years. Okay, after that if I see 57, find the annual rate of interest if a sum invested on SI becomes 4 times itself in 12 years, right? Very simple. If it is becoming 12 years in 12 years, it is becoming 4 times. So first of all, what you will do is you will write 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 into 100, that is 300, and then you divide it by the number of years, 12. So 3 minus 1 into 100, 300 by 12, and your answer will be there in front of you. This is again based on a very basic concept. If I invest 100 rupees and after 12 years I am getting 4 times, means 400. So what is the interest earned in this period? That is 300. So if I am earning 300 rupees interest in 12 years, so in 1 year I will earn 25 rupees. 25 rupees over 100 in 1 year is 25%. So that is the rate of interest. Okay. Now if I see question number 58, three friends finish a race in 40, 44 and 48 seconds. If they are finishing a race, means they are traveling the same distances. So for each one of them, the distance is same, distance is constant. So if their times are given to us, can we calculate the ratio of their speeds? So now again, when the distance is constant, we always know whenever the distance is constant, distance is fixed, then speed is inversely proportional to time. Means if I have the ratios of time, then the ratios of speeds can be calculated by taking their inverse, by taking their reciprocal. Okay, so if the ratio of the times taken by objects by to travel the same distances are a is to b is to c, then the ratio of their speeds will be 1 upon a is to 1 upon b is to 1 upon c. If you multiply in this ratio, if you multiply ABC, then you can also write it as BC is to AC is to AB. They both are one and the same thing. You can apply any one of them. Okay. So now if I have these values 40, 44 and 48. So the ratio between their times is 10 is to 11 is to 12. So what will be the ratio between their speeds? So that will be 11 into 12 is to 12 into 10 is to 10 into 11. Simplify it and you will get to know the answer. That comes out to be answer option D. Basically, in this type of questions, you can also make use of the answer options. What you have to see is that time multiplied with speed in each case must be same. So 40 multiplied with 66. So that will be 4 6 are 24, carry is 2. 4 6 are 24 plus 2 is 26. So 40 into 66 is 2640. If you multiply 44 with 60, that is again 2640. And if you multiply 48 with 55, that is again 2640. So basically, in this way, you can use the answer options also, because I know that time into speed is equal to distance, and in every case, the distance is same. Okay. So now we move on. Question number 59. A train goes from Pune to Mumbai at 40 km per hour and comes back at 60 km per hour. So in both the cases, the train is traveling the same distance from Pune to Mumbai, from Mumbai to Pune. In either journey, the distance traveled by the train is same. Even if it is not given in the question, we can always assume it, right? What is its average speed of the two-way journey? So we can always calculate it. We all know that in this case, if we have to calculate the average speed, we always take the product of the speeds 2 times the product of the speeds in the numerator and divide it by x plus y. That is also known as the harmonic mean of the two speeds given to us, right? The two speeds are given to us and their harmonic mean is 2xy upon x plus y, and that will be their average speed. We can always perform that calculation. But do you want to save time? Do you want to use the answer options? Then note down this technique, right? The technique is what? That harmonic mean is always less than the arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean of the two numbers will be x plus y upon 2, and harmonic mean is their average speed. Harmonic mean is always less than the arithmetic mean. So first of all, you calculate x plus y upon 2. So 40 plus 60 is 100. 100 upon 2 is 50. So your answer must be less than 50. And fortunately here, all the values except 48 are either equal to 50 or greater than 50. So 48 must be the correct answer. So you can save some time if you just have this idea that average speed is always less than the average of the speeds. X plus y upon 2 is nothing but the average of the two speeds. So average speed will always be less than that. Okay. After that, if I see question number 60. A cyclist moves at 10 km per hour from point A to point B and comes back at x km per hour, and her average speed of the two-way journey is 25. So if I apply the formula, then the first speed is 10, second speed is x, and here I can put 10 plus x. Then if I try to solve it, then 5 5s are 5 5s are 5 twos are, and then we can say that it will be 50 plus 5x is equal to 4x, and then I will get to know that x is equal to minus 50. How did this happen? How the speed can come to be a negative number? Definitely not possible. So such a situation is not possible. So what is the idea? Do I need to do all this work over here, or do we have any other formula, any other trick for this? So always remember that whenever one journey is done at the rate of x kilometer per hour, another journey of the same distance is done at the rate of y kilometer per hour. So whatever the average speed of the entire two-way journey comes, right, it is always less than twice of any of the two speeds. Always less than twice of any of the two speeds. So here if the first speed is 10, then 10 into 2 is 20. So the average speed must be less than 20. So average speed cannot be 25. Even it cannot be 20. It has to be less than 20. Always remember, right? Very important thing. Average speed can never be more than or equal to twice of any speed given to us. In case of two journeys. If there are three journeys, then three times. If there are four journeys, then four times. Means this two will change according to the number of laps, number of journeys of equal distances, right? That is another very important point, that each journey must have equal distance. Okay, after that if I see 61, again I tell you the same thing, that subscribe to this channel very quickly. Right now you just subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends in your groups, watch the full video, like this video, write your comments, and PDF this, ask for the PDF of this session on my Telegram channel. I will be very happy to share with you. Okay, now if I say question number 61, I run at 6 km per hour, I reach my school at 8:50 am. But if I run at 3 km per hour, I will be like reaching my school at 9:10 am, means after 20 minutes. So if I want to reach there exactly at 9 am, what should I do? So here most of the times what happens is that here you see that if I run at 6 km per hour, I will reach at 8:50. If I run at 3 km per hour, I will reach at 9:10. And 9 am is the time exactly in between these two times. So I can take exactly the middle speed. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 upon 2 is 4.5. So should I run at 4.5 km per hour? So I will say no, that is not the idea over here, right? The idea over here is what? That again your times are in arithmetic progression, right? If you can see that the differences between the times are same, means they are in arithmetic progression. But then we know that whenever the distances are same, right, the time is inversely proportional to speed, or speed is inversely proportional to time. So if their traveling times are arithmetic progression, then the speeds must be in harmonic progression, in the reciprocals. We know that reciprocals of arithmetic progression are known as harmonic progression. So definitely here we have to apply the formula of harmonic mean. So basically x is again equal to the harmonic mean of these two values. So that will be 2 into 6 into 3 divided by 6 plus 3. Calculate it, and 4 km per hour will be the correct answer, right? Are you getting my point? Okay, so that is very good. Now we move ahead and try to solve question number 62. Virat and Rohit start running at the same time in the same direction along the boundary of a cricket ground. If they run continuously for indefinite time, so they are running continuously for indefinite time, means no one is going to stop. They will run for hours, days and years. They will keep running, right, at uniform speeds of 10 km per hour and 7 km per hour respectively. So then at how many distinct points can they meet? So if they are just completing the rounds of the same circle again and again at different speeds, so can they meet at any number of points, or is there any restriction on the number of points where they can meet? So I will say that the second idea is good, second idea is acceptable. There will always be a restriction on the number of points where they can meet. So if two runners are running on the boundary of a circular track, they are running in the same direction, they start from the same point and they start at the same time. right? And the ratio of their speeds is m is to n. Then they can meet at the number of points that will be equal to the difference of m and n. Right? This is known as modulus sign that gives us the difference, means the positive value, the magnitude, the absolute value, not the sign. Right? So take the difference between m and n. So here in this case, their speeds are in the ratio of 10 is to 7. So 10 minus 7 is 3. So there will be some 3 points on the circular track where they can meet. Always remember that in these meeting points, the starting point is always there. If their starting point is A, so A will always be there. And if they can meet on 3 points, then these 3 points are always uniformly distributed on the circular track. Means A will be one meeting point, B will be one more meeting point, and C will be one more meeting point. And apart from these ABC, they cannot meet at any other point on the circular track, even if they run for 100 years, right? Their meeting points are fixed. They can either meet on A or B or C, right? So that is the idea behind this question. After that, if I see that what will happen if they run in opposite directions. So if they run in opposite directions, then the idea will become positive. Means in the same direction, we took the difference between the m and n. Now we will take the sum of m and n. So if the ratio of their speeds is 5 is to 4, then the number of points where they can meet each other on the circular track will be equal to 9. Again, in this case, the starting point will always be one of the meeting points, right? After some time, they will definitely meet at the starting point. There is no doubt about it, right? And after that, we will have to divide this circle in 9 equal parts. So there will be 2, then 4, and then 6, and then 7, and then 8, right? So these are the 9 points where they can meet. I don't know that what they, out of these 9 points, which point will be the second meeting point, then which point will be the third meeting point. For that, I will have to perform some work. But one thing for sure, one thing is for sure, that apart from these 9 points, they cannot meet at any other point on the circular track. Okay. So in case of same direction, take the difference. In case of opposite direction, take the sum, and you will always have your answer. After that, if I see question number 64. So question number 64 is again one of the very interesting questions, right? So definitely try to solve it. Arambh can finish a job in 30 days and same job can be finished by his brother Prarambh in 20 days. In how many days can they finish the job if they work together? I always tell you one very sweet technique that is known as new method over here. If Arambh can do the job in 30 days and Prarambh can do it in 20 days, so you take the LCM of 30 and 20. The LCM of 30 and 20 is 60. Suppose they have to type 60 pages. They have to type 60 pages. Then Arambh will take 30 days. Means every day he will type only 2 pages. And Prarambh will take 20 days, means every day he will type 3 pages. So when they work together, Arambh and Prarambh work together, then in one day they will be able to type 5 pages. And suppose if they are able to type 5 pages in one day, so in order to type 60 pages, they will take 60 by 5 means 12 days, and that will be the answer, right? So that is the method, a very sweet method that I have already covered on like in the other videos of my channel, right? But obviously here we are like talking about tricks and techniques. So do we have any direct formula for this? So yes, we have a direct formula. You can just take the product of x and y in the numerator, divide it by the sum of x and y, and you will have your answer. If you take 30 into 20, divided by 30 plus 20, and then you will again get 12 as your answer, right? So it will help you to save some time. In the same way, can we have the formula for the negative work? Negative work means one pipe is trying to fill the cistern, and cistern means tank. So a tank can be filled by a pipe in 30 minutes, but because of some leakage in the tank, right, it takes 15 minutes more. So definitely with the leakage, the total filling time is 45. Without leakage, the total filling time is 30. So what is the rate of leakage? Means if the tank is full, filling pipe is closed, then leakage alone can empty it in how many minutes? That is our question. So in this case, again you can apply the formula. If a tank can be filled by tap A in x minutes, and it can be emptied by another tap or leakage or some kind of hole in the bottom of the tank in y minutes. Then the overall time when they both work together and the tank is initially empty. So to fill the tank, they will take xy upon y minus x, right? So that is the overall time that they are going to take. So now here I know that overall time is 45 minutes. If pipe and leakage, tap A and tap B, they both are working, then the overall time is 45. But if only pipe works, only filling pipe works, leakage is closed, then the time will be 30 minutes. So the value of x is there. Overall time is also there. Solve it and you will get to know the value of y. Here again you can apply the new method. What you can do is, if I know that the filling pipe can fill it in 30 minutes, there is some leakage, and if they both work together, then it will be a time of 45 minutes. So first of all, you take the LCM of 30 and 45, so that will be 90. So suppose the capacity of the cistern is 90 liter. 90 liter is the capacity of the tank. So if filling pipe can fill it in 30 minutes, means every minute it is filling 3 liters. But if they both are doing it, then 45 minutes, 90 liters means the efficiency is only 2 liter per minute. So definitely filling pipe can fill 3 liters in 1 minute. They together will fill only 2 liters in 1 minute. So definitely leakage is emptying 1 liter in 1 minute. So 90 upon 1, so that will be 90 minutes of time will be required by the leakage to empty this tank. But I will tell you that if you want to have more specific ideas like this, then you should watch the other videos of the channel. There is a playlist called Daily Maths Quiz on my channel, in which entire arithmetic has been covered in, like, I guess there are 20-25 videos in that playlist. So you can just go through it, right? In the topic time and work, I have covered all these ideas. After that, if I see question number 66, Bhavna and Kamna finish a work working together. In 100 days, they get rupees 500 and rupees 400 respectively for this job. In how many days could Bhavna have finished the work? So if they are getting 500 rupees and 400 rupees for this job, who is getting more? Bhavna. And who is getting less? Kamna. So if someone is getting more, means the Bhavna is definitely more efficient and Kamna is definitely less efficient. So if a person is more efficient, then that person will be able to finish the work in less number of days. And if a person is less efficient, then that person will be able to finish the same work in more number of days. Means number of days taken by Bhavna and Kamna to finish the job should be actually inversely proportional of the wages they are getting. If someone is getting more wage, means that person is more efficient. So he will finish the work in less number of days. If I am more efficient, if I can solve 50 questions in a day, I will solve 500 questions in only 10 days. But if you are less efficient, you can solve only 25 questions in a day. So you will take 20 days to solve the same number of questions, right? So definitely, right, the wages are given to us and the inverse ratio of the wages will give us the ratio of the number of days, right? So if the number of days taken by two workers to finish the same job independently are x and y days respectively, then the ratio of their wages will be reverse of it, that is y upon x. That is the idea. So here we can see for sure that number of days taken by Bhavna to complete the job and number of days taken by Kamna to complete the job will be in the reverse ratio of their wages, that will be 400 by 500. So suppose for Bhavna it is 4n, for Kamna it is 5. So now I know that in 4n days Bhavna can complete the work. In 5n days Kamna can complete the work. Apply the formula. Formula was what? Xy upon x plus y is the number of days taken by them to complete the job together. So if you apply the formula and solve it, you will get to know the value of n. Value of n will be 45 and the number of days taken by Bhavna is 4n. So 45 into 4. So the answer will be 180. Answer option is the correct answer. Okay. So these are the ideas. These are the tricks, techniques that you should always keep in your mind. Okay. Now we move ahead. Question number 67. The average of some observations is 32. If each observation is first multiplied by 2 and then it is reduced by 5, then what will be the average of the new observations such obtained? So here the idea is what? if all the observations are changed in the same manner, then their average is also known as mean or arithmetic mean, so it also changes in the same manner, right? If all the observations are changed in the same manner, then their average also changes in the same manner. So basically, if the average of the original values is 32, every value is multiplied by 2, so average gets multiplied by 2. Then every result is subtracted by 5, so it will also get reduced by 5. So 32 into 2, 64 minus 5 means the new average will be 59. Answer option B is the correct answer. Okay. So if every observation is increased by 5, then average will increase by 5. If every observation is decreased by 100, average will also decrease by 100. That is the property of the average, which is also known as mean or arithmetic mean. Okay. So always remember it. Then 68, if the sum of two positive real numbers is 80, then the maximum value of their product is, right? So here we have to remember one very simple technique, that arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to geometric mean, and that is always greater than or equal to harmonic mean. And this is possible only in case of positive real numbers, right? So if I have two numbers, suppose one number is x, one number is y, so their arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to their geometric mean. Now I know that the sum of these two numbers is 80, so 80 upon 2, that will be 40. So 40 is greater than or equal to the square root of xy. Take square both sides, so I can say for sure that 1600 is greater than or equal to x into y. So x into y is always less than or equal to 1600, means the maximum value of their product is 1600. Answer option C is the correct answer. So this is how we can definitely do it. Now this becomes a very important technique in this type of questions. Now if I say that arithmetic mean of two numbers is 5, their geometric mean is 4, then what is their harmonic mean? So what is the relationship between A, G and H? So always remember that arithmetic mean is sum of the numbers divided by 2. Geometric mean is square root of the product of the numbers, and harmonic mean, as I said in the questions of average speed, that is 2xy upon x plus y. Now what is the relationship between them? The relationship is that A into H is always equal to G square. So two values are given to us, find out the third value and your answer will be there. Answer option is the correct answer. So this is little bit of statistics, right? In most of the exams based on mathematics, statistics is also asked, right? After that, if I say 70, what is the minimum value? Now even if the statistics is not asked in the exam, this concept can help you to find out the minimum value of the trigonometric expressions. You know that tan square theta and cot square theta can be written as 1 upon tan square theta, means this expression is in the form of x plus 1 by x, where x is a positive number. I know that tan theta, cot theta, they all are real values. For any specific value of theta, tan theta and cot theta will always be real values. And for 0 degree, 180 degree, if they are not defined, still they are real, right? They are not defined because we cannot find out actually what will be the value of them, but we are sure that the value of them will always be real. So the square of any real number is always positive. So here we have x and 1 by x such that x is positive. So always remember that whenever x is positive or greater than 0 equal to 0, then x plus 1 by x can never be less than 2. It has to be 2 or more than 2, right? Basically here we should not use this equal to sign. It has to be for x is greater than 0. So whenever x is greater than 0, x plus 1 upon x is always greater than or equal to 2. So that is the idea over here and the question is solved. I know that this is an expression in the form of x plus 1 by x. It cannot be less than 2. So the minimum value will be 2. Okay. Then after this, again I will tell you the same thing. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video as much as possible with your friends in your groups everywhere. Watch the full video. Again, very important. Watch the full video. Like this video and write your comments in the comment box. Ask for PDF of this session on my Telegram channel. I will happily share it with you. Okay. After that, if I say that there is one angle theta which is in between 180 degree and 360 degree. So what will be the maximum value of sin theta plus cosec theta? Right now, in case theta is in between 180 and 360, and if you know little bit of trigonometry, so we know that from 180 degree to 360 degree, if theta lies in this interval, then sin theta is always negative, less than 0. And because sin theta is negative, then cosec theta is also negative, because cosec theta is just the reciprocal of sin theta. So here we have one expression sin theta plus cosec theta, that is basically sin theta plus 1 upon sin theta, means the format is x plus 1 by x, where x is negative, right? So if x is negative, then what is the idea? So whenever x is negative, again we should not take the equal to sign. Whenever x is negative, then x plus 1 by x can never be more than minus 2. More than means it is either minus 2 or less than that. It can never be more than minus 2. So we can say for sure that here the maximum value is minus 2. It can never be more than minus 2. It will always be less than or equal to minus 2. Okay, happy with it? Now we move ahead. Question number 72. What is the total number of factors of 720? So we all know the formula, I guess, if you have attended my sessions or if you have attended the session of any other teacher, you must have come across this formula, that if we can represent any number in its prime factorization form, then after that add 1 in all the powers, multiply all the results, and that will give you the number of factors of n. So 720, it can be written in this way: 2 to the power 4 into 3 square into 5 to the power 1, add 1 in each power, multiply them together. So 30 factors are there for this number. This question, like again a very frequently asked question, has been asked in many exams in the last year only. Okay, so just check the papers. So option C is correct. After that, if I see that 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 1 by 10, and x and y are natural numbers. Remember, x and y are natural numbers. So how many solutions for this equation? So what we have to do is we just have to take the square of this value, right? How is it solved and how is it like made, this shortcut technique? That is a very long discussion. So we will not fall in that. We will just try to understand, or we will just try to remember the trick. The trick is what? You just take the square of n and calculate its total number of factors, and that will be your answer. Yes, that will be your answer, right? So that is why calculating number of factors should be something that we should always know. Okay, so now if I see that what is 10 ka square, 10 ka square is 100. So calculate the number of factors of 100. Number of factors of 100 is equal to 9. So there will be 9 solutions of this equation. I have solved it for you. Anyway, in the exam they are not going to ask you the solutions. They are always going to ask you the number of solutions. So I have noted down all the solutions over here. Altogether there are 9 solutions. You can check them and then you can apply this technique in the exam directly. Okay, now we move ahead and see question number 74. Question number 74, we have to find out the roots of this quadratic equation. Finding roots should not be a very difficult job for us, but if you want to save time, then you just understand the sign convention. If the first term of any quadratic equation is positive, second term is positive, and third term is positive, then always remember that both the roots come out to be negative. Always remember, if all the 3 terms of a quadratic equation are positive, then both the roots must be negative. And if you have this idea readily available in your mind, there is no need to do anything, because only one answer option has both the negative values, and that should be your correct answer. Okay, so if I write it in algebraic form, it will look very complicated, but I just try to explain it. If a, b, c are 3 positive numbers and the terms of the quadratic equation are positive, all the 3 terms, then whatever the roots are, alpha and beta, I am saying that alpha will have greater magnitude and beta will have less magnitude, but in this case they both will be negative, right? Irrespective of their magnitudes, they will always be negative roots, right? This idea of less magnitude and greater magnitude will become useful for us in the next few tricks. After that, if I see question number 75, now here in this case the first term is positive, second term is negative and the third term is positive. First term is positive, second is negative and third is positive, right? So in that case what will happen? In that case both the roots are positive, right? So here if you see that 3 plus root 5 will be a positive number, 3 minus root 5 will also be a positive number. So this is correct. But if you just look at it, minus 3 plus root 5, that will be a negative number. So that is why it is not correct. Minus 3 plus 5, negative number. Minus 3 minus root 5 is negative number. So that is also not possible. Then minus 3 minus root 5 is negative. So that is also not possible. So if the terms are having the sign convention like this, plus minus plus, then both the roots must be negative positive numbers. Okay. So that is the second idea. Both the roots are positive when the first and the last terms are positive and the middle term is negative. Okay. After that, if I see the third case is that the first term is positive, second term is negative, third term is negative, right? So in that case what happens is that one root is definitely negative and the other root is definitely positive. But the root that has greater magnitude, means in terms of value, in terms of absolute value, like if you see over here, so out of 0.5 and 2.5, the greater number is 2.5. So the greater number, the greater root, right, the root which is greater in magnitude will always be positive, and the root that is smaller in magnitude will always be negative, right? So here the greater value should be positive and the other value should be negative. Answer option D is the correct answer, right? So that is again like one thing you should definitely know. Then 77, if the convention of the sign is plus plus minus, right, plus plus minus, so what will happen? So then I will say that if I have alpha and beta two roots and the magnitude of alpha is greater than the magnitude of beta, so in that case alpha will be negative and beta will be positive. Means the root will higher magnitude with higher value, higher number should be negative, and the root with less number should be positive. So if you look at the answer options, in the answer options the higher value is 3 and the smaller value is 1 by 3. So 3 should be negative and 1 by 3 should be positive. Answer option C is the correct answer. Okay. So this is how we can definitely identify the roots of the quadratic equation very quickly. These 4 techniques are very simple and they will help us a lot in cracking the questions based on quadratic equations, right? I always teach them in the class anyway, but now you also know it, so you can definitely spread it also among your friends by sharing this session with as many people as possible. After that, 78, if I say that the equation whose roots are 5 and 1 by 5, so the first thing is both the roots are positive, so the equation must be in the format of plus minus plus. I told you that whenever the sign convention is plus minus plus, then both the roots are positive. So first answer option eliminated because the sign convention is not proper, right? And then we can see that the other 3 answer options are correct. After that, if I say that the roots are reciprocal of each other, then the first term and the last term must have the same coefficients. Means whatever is the value of the last term, the same coefficient will be there with x square in the first term. That is the indication that the roots are reciprocal of each other. So with that logic, answer option D is the correct answer. Okay. So this is how we can identify this type of answers also very quickly. After that, question number 79. If I say that what is the sum of the squares of the roots of this equation? So first of all, I will have to find out the roots. That will require some time, some energy, some efforts. But I can ease it out, right? I can make it easier for you. How I can make it easier for you? Observe the coefficients very carefully. Here the first term has a coefficient of 21, second term has a coefficient of -1 and the third term has a coefficient of -20. If the sum of these 3 coefficients is 0 in any equation, if you see that the sum is coming out to be 0. So immediately understand one thing, that one root will be 1. 100% always. One root will always be +1 and the other root will be c by, right? So here one root is 1 and the other root will be c by a. C is -20 and A is 21. And we have been asked to calculate the sum of their squares. So simply it will be 1 plus 400 upon 441. The square of a negative number becomes positive. So on simplification it will be 841 upon 441, and that is the answer option A. Basically 841 is 29 square and 41 is 21 square. So the answer can also be given in this format. It will be the square of 29 upon 21. So answer option A is the correct answer. Enjoying it, happy with it, right? These are the techniques that will make your task very easy in the exam. Okay. Now if I see question number 80. Find the equation whose roots are negative of the roots of this equation. So if a quadratic equation is given to us, suppose it has two roots alpha and beta. So what will be the quadratic equation whose roots will be minus alpha and minus beta? Exactly negative of it, right? So for that what we have to do is we just have to change the sign of the middle term. Just change the sign of the middle term. All other things in the equation will remain same. So here the first term will remain 3x square, last term will remain minus 5, the middle term will become plus 4x. So 3x square plus 4x minus 5 is equal to 0 is the equation whose roots will be negative of the roots of this equation. Okay, so answer option D must be the correct answer. Right, again I will tell you the same thing, that subscribe to my channel, share this video with as many people as possible, watch this video, like this video, watch the full video, like this video, and write your comments in the comment box, and ask for the PDF of this session on my Telegram channel. I will be very happy to share it with all of you. After that, if I see question number 81, suppose P and Q are the roots of this equation, then the roots of the equation minus x square plus 3x plus 9 is equal to 0 are. Again, if you try to find out the roots of both the equations, that will take a lot of time. So basically what is the idea over here? The idea over here is that if A and C interchange their places, then the roots become reciprocal of the original roots. So in the original equation, if the roots are P and Q, I have just changed the places of 9 and minus 1. They have just interchanged their places. So definitely the roots will become reciprocal. So it will be 1 by P and 1 by Q. Answer option C is the correct answer. Okay. So now this is how you can definitely remember this technique. After that, if I say 82, find the equation whose roots are twice the roots of this, right? So basically we have a quadratic equation. Suppose I say f of x and the roots of this equation are alpha and beta. So what will be the roots of the equation? What will be the equation whose roots will be double? So whenever we have to make roots k times, original roots are alpha and beta, and I want a new equation whose roots are k times of alpha and k times of beta. So in the equation I will always put x upon k in place of x, and I will solve it, and I will get to know the answer, right? The new equation whose roots will be this. So basically when I will be solving it, so it will be 5x square plus 3 times of kx minus k square into 4. Here the value of k is 2 in this question. So 2 into 3, the middle term will become plus 6x. And last term 2 ka square 4 into 4 is 16, so it will be minus 16. So basically answer option B is the correct answer. This is how we can solve it very easily. And the opposite concept also exists. If I have to make the roots half, then I will put kx. Yes or no? If I have to make the roots k times of original values, then put x upon k in the equation. But if I have to make the roots alpha upon k, beta upon k, then in the equation I will put x k times of x in the equation itself. In the same way, if I have to increase the roots by 1, then in the equation I will put x minus 1. Right? That is the idea. If I have to increase the roots by k, then in the equation I will put x minus k. And then I will solve it. I will get to know the answer. Okay? Very good. Cool. Then after that, if I see 84, suppose the equation E1 is this and the equation E2 is this, means in place of x I am putting x plus 2. So if I am increasing the value of x, means in place of x I am putting x plus 2. So basically I am decreasing the values of the roots, which means that the roots of E1 will be greater than the roots of E2. So which equation will have greater roots? So I will say A1 will have E1 will have greater roots, right? So this is how the concept goes. So I guess now the ideas are very clear. If I have to make the roots k times, then divide x by k. If I have to make the roots 1 by k times, then multiply k in x. If I have to make roots increasing by k, then x minus k. If I have to decrease the roots by k, then put x plus k in the equation and your operation is done, your objective is fulfilled. So this is how we can solve these type of questions very easily. After that, we have to, now we come to the counting principle, right? After quadratic equation, we come to a very important concept of counting. If I write all the numbers from 1 to 100, then how many times the digit 1 will be written? There is one very simple logic that unit digit 1, right? The numbers with unit digit 1. So how many numbers will be there? 10. And then the numbers which will have 10th digit as 1, they will also be 10. So 10 plus 10, 20 times. And then in 100, 1 will be written at the hundreds place. So there will be 10 ones on unit digit. There will be 10 ones on 10 digit. And there will be 1 on hundreds digit. So definitely there will be 21 times 1 in these numbers. And then you can always remember it that 0 is written 11 times, 1 is written 21 times, and every digit from 2 to 9 is written 20 times. Okay, in all the numbers from 1 to 100. After that, if I see 86, Ravi marks 10 points on a piece of paper and joins every pair of 2 points with a straight line. So how many straight lines does he draw? So if I have 10 points on a plane, and definitely I can join any 2 of them to create a line. So how many lines I can create? So the formula for that is NC2. The people who know that what does this mean, right? The combination of 2 objects out of n distinct objects, that is NC2, and this comes out to be n into n minus 1 upon 2. And this formula has got several applications in mathematics, right? One of them is in front of you, and the others I will also tell you in this session. So if I see that what will be the number of lines, every 2 point, any 2 point will give me a different line because these points are non-collinear. Okay, add one condition over here. Ravi marks 10 points on a piece of paper such that no 3 points are collinear. No 3 points are collinear, right? I guess I just forgot it to add in the question. So add in the question that Ravi marks 10 points on a piece of paper such that no 3 points are collinear to each other, and after that he joins 2 points to create one line. So how many different lines he can create? So that will be n into n minus 1 upon 2. So 45 lines he will be able to make. Then 87. 10 points marked by Ravi on a piece of paper such that no 3 points are collinear, no 3 points lie on the same line. Okay. After that, he makes triangles by taking these points as the vertices of the triangle. So how many triangles does he draw? So here we have to make a combination of 3. That comes out to be NC3. NC3 is nothing but n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 upon 6. Apply this formula and you will get to know the right answer. After that, if I see 88, 24 males are there, 26 females are there in a party. One shake hand takes place between every pair of males and one between every pair of females. No shake hand between males and females. So in total, how many handshakes take place, right? So definitely, if I say that 24 males are there and every pair of 2 males will have a one handshake, right? So definitely out of 24, I have to find out that how many pairs are possible. So again, I will have to apply the formula of NC2. So between males, the number of handshakes will be 24. into 23 upon 2, and between females it will be 26 into 25 upon 2, and there will be no handshake between male and female. So definitely these are the total number of handshakes. Add them up and you will get to know the right answer. So that is the another very important application of this formula. After that, if I see that 16 teams are participating in a knockout tournament. Knockout tournament is a tournament in which every team, in every match, there will be some result. No match results in a tie or draw. So in every match, there will be some result. There will be one winner and one loser. Winner will play the next match, but loser will be eliminated. Loser will be knocked out. Loser will be out of the tournament. So definitely in one match, we will find one loser. And if there are 16 teams, so in the end, we will find one winner and 15 losers. So there are 15 losers which are required. So definitely 100% 15 matches will be played. Only 15, not more than that. Because in every match, one loser will be there who will be out of the tournament immediately. So we need 15 losers. So definitely 15 matches will be played. In the end, only one team will be left, which will be the winner of the tournament. So that is the logic of this type of questions. If there are n teams participating in a knockout tournament, then the number of matches played will always be n minus 1. After that, if I see that 20 teams are participating in a tournament in which every team will play exactly one match with each of the remaining teams, right? So every pair of two teams will play one match. In simple words, what is there in simple words? That every pair of two teams will have one match having between them or being organized between them. So definitely again we have to find out the number of pairs, right? The number of pairs will be equal to number of matches. So n into n minus 1 upon 2 is again the formula applicable over here. So we will say that if 20 teams are there, so 20 into 19 upon 2, altogether 190 matches will be played. Answer option B is the correct answer. Okay. Then again I will ask you the same thing, that definitely subscribe to this channel. Do it immediately. If you are watching this video till this point, then subscribe. Please subscribe and share. Watch the full video and like this video. Write your comments in the comment box and ask for the PDF of this session on my Telegram channel. I will be very happy to share it with all of you. After that, if I see question number 91, find the number of diagonals that can be drawn inside a regular polygon having 12 sides. So if I want to draw a diagonal in a triangle, so definitely no diagonal is possible. But if I want to draw a diagonal in a quadrilateral, then two diagonals are possible. And if I want to draw a diagonal in a pentagon, right? So in pentagon 1, then this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, and I guess there will be one more. Yes, this is 5. So 5 diagonals are possible. So in this way we can just try to draw the diagonals inside the given polygon and try to find out their number. But as you can see that in this question 12 sides are there. So it will be a very cumbersome, very tedious job to calculate it in this way. So we have a direct formula for that. The formula is what? N into n minus 3 upon 2, right? So basically if we apply this formula over here, so there will be 54 diagonals. Answer option D will be the correct answer. Okay. After that, if I see 92, a rectangle which is not a square and a square have same perimeters. So there is a pure rectangle whose length and breadth are not equal, and there is a pure square whose all four sides are equal. And they both have same perimeters. Their perimeters are same. So if the area of the rectangle is R and the area of the square is S, then what is the relationship between R and S? You can take the numbers, you can try to figure it out by using the numbers, but in general the rule is what? That whenever this rectangle and square have the same perimeter, then the area of rectangle is always less than the area of the square. Right, so rectangle will always have less area as compared to square. Answer option C is the correct answer. After that, if I say that the diagrams are made with same perimeter, right, same perimeter, a square is drawn, a rectangle is drawn, an equilateral triangle and a circle, then the greatest area, which among them will have the greatest area? So the answer is circle, right? Circle is like a figure which is a regular polygon with n number of sides. So definitely if you just keep the perimeter constant, then the circle will have the maximum area. Again, you can take some numbers and try to figure it out. So answer option D will be the correct answer. Then what will be the sum of all the vertex angles of the star shaped figure over here, right? These are the vertices, right? We have to find out the sum of these angles. So again, if I go deep into mathematics, so this will take a lot of time, but what is the basic idea? You can always remember that whenever I draw this type of star, so I start from a point and I come back to the same point. If I start from A, then I will draw the lines and finally I will come back to A. So whenever this happens, then the sum of all these vertices is always 180-degree. That is the basic idea about it, right? Whenever you start from a point and you come back to that point, passing through all the vertices only one time, then the total angle will always be 180-degree. Okay, so that is the idea over here. So answer option B is the correct answer. After that, if I see question number 95. So question number 95, and like here you should always remember that you should not make a closed figure like this. If you say, sir, in that case the sum of the angles in a quadrilateral should also be 180. So I will say no. Right? This is not the idea. You should not make a closed figure. You should always try to make the intersecting lines, right? So whenever you will make intersecting lines, then this concept will always work. Okay. After that, if you see question number 95, in the diagram given below, AO, BO, CO, DO are given to you, and one more thing is there, that this ABCD must be a rectangle. Not given in the question, but you can add it that ABCD is a rectangle. So in a rectangle, whenever you take any point inside it and you calculate the distance of this point from all the four vertices of the rectangle, then there is one very important property. Again, mathematically proven, mathematically derived property, that is AO square plus CO square is equal to BO square plus DO square. So when three sides are given to you, just put their lengths in this formula. You will get to know the length of the fourth side. So length of the fourth side will come out to be 4 root 2 centimeter. Okay. Very important formula. Again, it has been used in almost every exam in the like I will say last 5 years, 10 years, right? So definitely the chances of getting repeated are very high. After that, if I see question number 96, in the diagram given alongside AB, C and D indicate the areas of four triangles inside a quadrilateral. If A is equal to 3, B is equal to 4, C is equal to 8, then what is the value of D? So whenever we draw two diagonals of a quadrilateral, we divide it into four triangles. And the areas of these triangles again follow a rule. The rule is what? That the product of A and C, the product of the areas of the two opposite triangles, and the product of the areas of the other two opposite triangles, these products are always equal. So A into C is always equal to B into D, and with this logic, the answer to this question will be equal to 6 centimeter square. Answer option B is the correct answer. Okay, correct hai? Happy with it? Now we move on and try to solve question number 97. Now in this diagram, there is one point P. There is this point A and B. So PAB is a secant, right? And then PCD is another secant. So two secants are drawn to the circle from the same point P. Now the first intersection points of secants are subtending an angle of y degree at the center of the circle, and the second intersection points of the secants are subtending an angle of x degree at the center of the circle. So what is the angle between the secants? That is the question. So basically for this, again a mathematical process is there that will take a lot of time, but this question is again very popular in the exam. So you can definitely have its formula, that is x minus y upon 2 is the value of theta. You can calculate it directly. So answer option A will be the correct answer. After that, question number 98. Question number 98 gives you the idea about the properties of a right angle triangle. First of all, if the side lengths of a triangle are 8, 15 and 17, it will be a right angle triangle. Why? Because 8 square plus 15 square is equal to 17 square, right? We should try to remember these triplets. These triplets I have discussed very much in detail in the classes of trigonometry, right? Trigonometry, I have discussed 75 previous year questions of trigonometry in one separate playlist, in which I have discussed the ideas of Pythagorean triplets, right? So definitely go and watch them. You will have this idea and you will immediately identify that 8, 15, 70 means we are talking about a right angle triangle. So whenever we have a right angle triangle, the smallest side is A, the greater the one of the two perpendicular sides, one of them is A, another is B, and then the hypotenuse is always the longest side. So hypotenuse in this case is 17. So A is the smallest side, then B is the greater side, greater than A, then C is the hypotenuse. So in that case, what happens is, in that case, we can find out the circumradius by taking half of C. Why? Because the center of this circumcircle always lies at the midpoint of the hypotenuse. So the capital R, the circumradius, is always half of hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is basically the diameter of the bigger circle. And if we have to calculate the in radius, then in radius ka formula is A plus B minus C upon 2. Okay. So apply this formula and you will get to know the answer very quickly. The other formula of in radius is area of the triangle divided by its semi-perimeter. So you can calculate the area of this triangle, half into base into height. Semi-perimeter is sum of all the three sides divided by 2. And then you can also calculate the value of R. Anyway, you will get the same answer, but in that case you will be doing more calculations. The shortest way is A plus B minus C upon 2. But this formula you will apply only in case of right angle triangle. Whereas the formula area upon semi-perimeter is applicable in all triangles, right? So that is the general formula. Area of the triangle divided by its semi-perimeter is the in radius of the triangle of any type of triangle. But A plus B minus C upon 2 is applicable only in case of right angle triangles. After that, if I see question number 99, so one more property of the right angle triangle. If I have two perpendicular sides A and B, I have one hypotenuse C, and from the vertex containing the 90-degree angle, I drop a perpendicular on the hypotenuse. Suppose the length of the perpendicular is H. This perpendicular divides the hypotenuse in two parts. The side adjacent to A is X. The part adjacent to B is Y. So basically there is a relationship between H, X, Y and A, B, C. What is that relationship? So understand it, that H is equal to AB upon C, X is equal to A square upon C, Y is equal to B square upon C, and the most important of all of them is H is equal to square root of X into Y. This is very frequently asked in the exam. H is equal to square root of X into Y. So definitely now we have the value of X, the value of Y. We can immediately calculate the value of H, and by using the values of X, Y and H we can calculate ABC, or we can also use these formulas, right? So do it in any which way you find easier for yourself. Find out the values of A and B. The value of C is already given to you, 4 plus 9, that is 13. Find out the other two values, add them up and you will get to know your answer. Okay. So these formulas must be readily available with you. They play a very important role in the exam. After that, if I see question number 100. But before question number 100, I will again tell you that if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Share this video as much as possible with all your friends in all your groups. Watch the full videos, right? Not only this one, the other videos available on the channel, you just go and watch all of them fully, right from the beginning till the end. Only then you will make 100% use of it. Then like the video, write in the comment box what is your feedback. Okay, and come to my Telegram channel, ask for the PDF of this session or any other session. I will happily give it to you. Okay. So now we move on to the last question of the today's session. The properties of equilateral triangle. Again, a very important area of geometry and mensuration in the exam. Equilateral triangle has always been a very important part, right? So if we have an equilateral triangle whose side length is A, so we know that all three sides will have the equal length. After that, if we try to calculate the height of it, so the height of this equilateral triangle always comes out to be root 3 upon 2 times of A. After that, if I calculate the radius of the smaller circle that lies completely inside the triangle touching all the three sides. So that is in radius is A upon 2 root 3, and the circumradius, the radius of the circle that passes through all the three vertices of the triangle. So the idea is A upon root 3. So basically the ratio between R and H is 1:2:3, and definitely now you have all these formulas readily available with you. You can definitely find out the answer. So they are saying that an equilateral triangle is inscribed in a circle of radius 4 root 3 centimeter, means the value of R is 4 root 3. So we can immediately calculate the value of A, root 3 times of 4 root 3. That will come out to be 12. Then what will be the area of the triangle? So area of an equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 times of side ka square. So calculate the area and you will have the answer with you. Okay. So that's it for this session. I hope you must have enjoyed it, and I will definitely ask you to subscribe to this channel again, share this video with as many people as possible. Help me to grow and watch the full video. Like this video, write in the comment box whatever you felt after this session, and come to my Telegram channel, ask for the PDF of this session. I will happily give it to you, right? So have a nice time, enjoy yourself, and thank you very much. Tata, bye bye. All the very best for all the exams, and do shine brightly in your career, in your future, and thank you very much. All the very best.